So hi and welcome to this video. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be continuing where we left off in the my messages page, and we're going to change this from my read mess or no this says I've read this, and it's in the my read messages section, and we're going to change that to delete or an X or something, so someone can delete a read message. So to do that, where is it? Down here in my read messages. Where is it? Here it is. The value of the submit button for my we're going to change that from I've read this to we could just do an X and see what that looks like. So we could either do an X or okay, so we'll do that, and we'll put a title over it so someone knows what it means if they're not quite sure. So we're going to say title, delete message, and refresh. So if we wave over this, it says delete message. So what we're going to do is if you're going to use this to make a social network, you would want to keep a track of all your data. You wouldn't want to just let people delete things. So what we can do is we can make it look like it was deleted, but without actually deleting it. So to do that, we're going to go into our database and we're going to go to structure. And in the structure, we're going to add a new column at the end of the table. And this column is going to be called deleted. It's going to be a varchar of length 255. It doesn't matter what the length we choose is. Well, actually, to keep it more secure, we can actually give it a length of a max length of 3, because yes or no is what's going to be put in it. So no is 2 characters long, yes is 3, obviously. So that's what we're going to do. So now we've added the new row. What we have to do is we have to go to the where is it? Send msg.php page, and we've already got the my messages page open. We need to add a new variable called deleted, and it's going to equal no by default as well. And we just add a new we add the new variable in here. Oops, deleted. So now I'm gonna check that worked. So I'm gonna log out and log into another account and send a message. So I'm logged in now, and I'm going to send a message to Cinema, so it'll show up on the other account. So I'm just gonna give it a test. I'm just gonna write test message. This is another test message. So we send the message, it's sent, and I'm going to log out of this account and log into the other one. So here it is. I've just sent the message, so we click test message, it shows up like any other. And if we go into our database, hit browse, as you can see, this is the new row, the new message we just sent, and the last column is equal to no, which is correct because it's deleted. So we can click I've read this, and as you might remember, you need to refresh, and then there it's gone. So here's all the messages, and we're going to This is quite simple. So what we're going to do, oops, that's the wrong page. We're going to go all the way up to the top here, and where it says where this query here, in the where part, we have two conditions. We're going to add a third, and this is going to equal deleted equals no, and then down here, actually a bit up here, okay, so down here we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so that's fine. Now we also have to just add the new variable in. Okay, so that's it. So, okay, so I just remembered that this isn't actually working down here, so we can just copy this JavaScript and do the same thing here. Paste it in and refresh. Okay, so the reason they all disappeared is because none of the other messages have a value of the deleted value of no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change all those values, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'm back, and I've updated all these rows, I think. So now we'll go back and click on my messages again, and they've all come back, and this should work. Yep. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make the delete message function work, which is quite simple. So down here in the my read messages section, we're going to make an if statement here, and we'll say post. So we'll change the set opened underscore ID to delete underscore ID. So then we'll do the same here. So delete underscore ID, and we have to do that obviously because we have to do the single quote space full stop space, and then the opposite, because we're using a variable in between two single quotes. So we'll just go down here. So to check it works, we're just going to echo message deleted. So we'll refresh, and don't forget the @ sign if you need it. So we'll click on the X. We get message deleted. Obviously it didn't delete it because we haven't told it to yet. So that means it's working. So this is quite simple. All we do is update the database and set deleted to yes. So we're going to say delete message query equals MySQL query update pvt underscore messages set deleted equal to yes, or ID equals ID. So that should work. So we can test that out now. So if we go to my messages and refresh, nothing should have changed. But so we'll actually take note of the ID of the message. So here was the newest message we just sent. the most recent one we sent, and its ID is 8. So we click X, and once again we have to refresh before we notice. Okay, so something isn't working. Okay, so I just found a better way to do it. So we're gonna do message title equals message title. So we'll try that actually. So we'll click X and refresh. Okay, so I know the problem, and I actually just discovered a problem with message title, because if we didn't tell people that they couldn't send 2 messages with the same title, so by doing that it could affect more than one message at once. So we're going to copy this, and before we do, I'm going to show you the problem, which I just told it to update private message instead of private messages. And up here I'm just going to paste this and change this to ID, so that way it's unique to every message. So now finally, if we click delete message and refresh, it disappears. But because of the way we did it, and we didn't just make it drop a row from the database, it still shows up in our MySQL database here. All we did was update this last field deleted to the value of yes. As you can see, you can click it more than once and it won't affect it. It won't do anything wrong. So the next thing I'm going to do before this video is over is I'm going to add a number of the amount of unread messages in someone's profile beside the My Messages page thing in the menu. Okay, so I'm back. I've just sent a message. So here's the message here. And I'm not going to click I've read this, because I'm going to make it select. Well, I'm going to put a wee number of the amount of unread messages up in the top of the menu bar. So that's pretty simple. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the ink scripts and header.ink, and so I'm just going to find a place to put this code. So I suppose we could put the PHP code here, it doesn't matter really. So the first thing we're going to do is create a query that's going to check the database, depending on whether, or it's going to check the database for any unread messages. So we're going to say get unread query equals MySQL query select let's see what that field's called. I think it's just read or opened, so it's going to be select opened from my private messages were user 2 equals user. So that's what I think it is. Yeah. So we could actually just put this code up here with the other PHP code just to keep it tidy. Forgot there was other PHP code up here. Okay, so now we've done that, we have to get the rows from the query. So get unread equals MySQL fetch assoc get unread query, and then we can just do unread numRows equals MySQL numRows get unread, I think. So we can echo numRows to check it worked, or unread numRows just to check it worked. I might have forgotten something there. Okay, so okay, so let's change this to get unread query. I think that's the problem. So refresh and we get 6, which isn't correct. Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, that's because we told it to check where user2 equals user, so it's basically just got every message that was associated with this user. And the reason it's 6 instead of 3 is because, remember, we told it not to remove messages, just to update what they just to update a row in the database to make them not deleted. So we're going to say opened equals, okay, where user2 equals user and opened equals no. So I will do that and we'll refresh. We get 1, which means my unread messages is working because there's only one message that's unread. So instead of echoing it, we can go down here and just copy the variable. And here where it says my messages, we can just put that variable, and now we'll get a number beside it. That's not what we want. We want we want parentheses around it, so that's quite simple. All we do is unread numRows equals echo equals unread wrong. So we'll put the parentheses here, and in between them we will put unread numRows. Let's see, does this work? So yeah, and as I thought, now we get the parentheses around the number 1. But if I click I've read this and we refresh, it goes away and we get 0. So that means it's working. So don't forget that's about it for this video. So don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'm more than happy to take your questions. So don't be afraid to ask. So that's it. See you next.